So today we're picking up it's called a log buggy is what they call it, that the Amish have for their they're doing logging, and the weld broke on one of the arms or whatever, and we're picking it up and taking it back to the shop to weld it for him. We're friends with them and they're nice people. So we're getting ready to load it up now. I'll see if I can do it through the window.
This is part of their buggy that they haul timber with. This is one of the bunks that broke off, and they need us to weld it back together for them. You can see it's been cracked for quite a long time and it finally broke off. So they need us to get that fixed. We'll get it loaded here.
Okay, so I'm going to step out of the truck and do it because it's pretty loud in there. And there's a grid on the back window, so it probably wouldn't show up very good. I'm going to try to not get him because they don't really like that. Here's some of the wood that they've processed so far. I mean, there's a lot more back there. I'm not sure how many acres they're clearing this time, but they can get through some acres pretty darn quick. Well, we got it home without incident. It was only like 15-20 minutes away, so getting ready to unload it now so we can take it in the shop, I think, to weld it. We need to hurry up and get this welded up for them because it's supposed to be about 43 here today. So when the ground starts thawing out where they're at, it's really muddy, and they're gonna need to use this because of the big tires.
So you can see what happened. This has been cracked for quite some time, and it just finally broke. The same thing over there. I mean, it appears as though there's very little weld or no weld when they put that joint together. They must have just welded it here. I don't know. The way he wants me to fix that is not what I want to do. I would rather cut this piece off, you know, cut back on the, this is the other end of it. Look at them garbled up welds. I mean, it's just awful. I would rather take the time and clean this up and do it the way I'd like to do it, and that's not what he wants. He wants me to put this back together maybe he's saying this because this one's getting towards the end of its life and he doesn't want to take the time and he needs it real fast. But you know, you can see, look at that bubbled up weld there. I mean, it didn't do anything. So I mean, there's nothing here. Absolutely no weld there at all. I don't know. I'll do what the man wants me to do to help him out, get him out of a pickle. But we're gonna add angle iron up here, basically on this. See it on here. I'm taking 1.5 by 1.5 quarter wall angle and putting it on an end so it's like a diamond shape. It'll come up like this and back like this and going down through here. And I'm gonna weld it to the chassis work here. This is just running gear, farm running gear. That's all it is. Steerable running gear. So anyways, let's get this cleaned up and start doing what he wants. So I'm trying to get this upright to be in line where it used to be. And the bunk, or whatever you want to call it, is just a little bit narrower than the running gear. So I ran a piece of C-channel, yeah, up here, and I was like a 1/16 off. So I just stuck a cutting wheel in here and then sandwiched it in there and got it in there, and I made sure that up here we're the same at the top as we are down here, so we can get square, plumb, whatever. And then I ground this out real heavy, a real heavy bead. Now we're gonna put triple pass in here. This one's a holder to fill the valley that I put in. We're gonna do one above it, one below it. We'll do 1, 2, and then one on top. And then I ground this out good so I can do the same thing. You can tell that's dished because that's basically a 45-degree angle in here. So now that I've got enough holding it where it won't move, I'll take my clamp off this side, and then I'll go ahead and weld this, recheck everything, and then get back to, you know, doing double passes, triple passes. I did clean this up. This is just weld soot, so it'll clean up and weld nice, or it should, I hope. I'm not a welder. I'm just messing around and helping a friend out. Now, if you can see that line, that's an 1/8 inch we need to take off for the difference in the thickness. And because they're on an angle, one side we need to come off up here, but if you look on this side, we're gonna grind down 1 inch shorter because we're on a 45 like this. So I'm just gonna take that to the grinder until I can get it down to that mark here. So I laid this in here. I had to stop a couple times, but that's what he wanted. He wants this to be seam welded all the way down. And oops, I'm kind of missing it, ain't I? Kind of hard to see, but I'm not a welder, but I'm doing my best. I mean, hopefully it'll hold out for him. You know, we're just trying to help him out. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You can see this has been broke before, right here. So we're going to do this front one the same way, and then we're going to put one on each of the back here. We'll go from there. But moving along, hopefully I don't run out of argon, because I'm really low right now. So we'll see how far we can get. That side's all welded in. I just finished this side. He wanted me to seam weld all the way down, so that's what I did. Now I'm working on this, and I'm just realizing that, you know, this must have been what it was like for Logger Wade when he was 3 years old, because I'm playing with one of his childhood toys here. Look how, compared to what they use, this is nothing. You know, this is, like I said, something he probably would have repaired when he was just a little fella. But regardless, we're gonna keep on plugging away. We're getting there. We're getting closer. We got some repairs to do here. They got some cracked welds right in here. He wants me to just real lightly grind into here and weld over it, and then add one more piece of angle on edge, you know, like I did the other ones on each of the backs. So we'll get into that next. Got the last coat of paint on everything. You know, I'm not not a painter, not a welder. You know, we're just doing a little repair, trying to help this guy out. He's in a little bit of a pickle, so we're all done, so I'm gonna roll it outside and grab it with the grid all, put it back on the truck and take it back to them so they have it for tomorrow morning. Because even though they have another buggy they use, but it's on I-beams, they call it the skidder, and it slides around as long as the ground is frozen. But the temperature came up today, so it's not frozen anymore, so I'm sure they're gonna need this. So I got it all finished up, so let's get it loaded up on the truck. Talk about cutting it close. Just about out of argon.
Well, we got it all finished. It's loaded and chained down. We're on our way to get it back to them so they can get to work. Well, we made it here. He's unloading it now. Sorry about the grid on the back window, but it's raining really hard outside, so. Okay, he was happy with the job, so that's always good.
Well, we're all done now. We got back with no trouble, so next we are going to get all my chains off here, my binders, which I probably should have put them in the toolbox down here instead of just laying them on the deck, but we weren't that far away. It worked out okay, I guess. Anyways, the next one we're going to do is I'm back to working on the wrecker unit. Yeah, let's go inside and talk about that. Just went and got my argon tank filled up again. That guy's got hands like a gorilla that closes this thing. Yeah, we're full again. Good deal. Good deal. Guess I can turn that down now since we're welding inside. Anyway, so we're done with all that help of the Amish. Next time, here soon, I'm going to start working on this wrecker unit again. I'm going to start making some changes again. A lot of very opinionated people talking about this wrecker unit, and I'm going to tell you, let's put this to rest. If this thing, the way it's set up, pulled that 28,000 pound truck 2.5 hours down the road, it can't be all bad. We didn't break a weld, we didn't lose control, everything worked like it should. So for all the haters out there, you can hate as much as you want. The proof's in the pudding. It works. So in the next upcoming videos, I got some more parts in and some more pieces, and we're going to make some changes. Anyways, that's where we're going to leave you for this one. We're done with the log buggy, whatever they call it. So if you guys like what we're doing, give us that thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Leave your respectable comments down below, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.